All right, welcome to part 2. This is your final June leader workshop. So we want to kick this into gear, and we're going to come back to the audience because we're going to be brainstorming, thinking out loud, and moving swiftly because we've got a limited amount of time, but we also really want to give you the deck of tools. And we want you to hit reset. What really happens before, during, and after sponsoring, and what is our role as leaders? So let's kick this into some thoughts. So for those of you live, take paper and pencil, answer the question because it's easier to write and then speak. It saves us 50% of time. So what is the role of a leader with his or her team? What is the role of a leader with your team? You heard in some of our fabulous shares in the hot seat that, again, it's, customer service. It's also having a team. It's also giving them a mindset, as we heard from Cecilia. It's giving them a goal, as you heard from Mentori, giving them exercises to grow, like 3 appointments, a frank list. It's having a vision for the team, like Mona buying those 5 bags so they know where they're going. It's asking for help and supporting each other. It's having that Gina shared, like Janice shared. It's a family, it's a place to celebrate. But overall, what is the role of a Jafra leader with her or his consultants? So let's come back, and in general, we're going to really tap into this quick. What is our role as a leader with our consultants?
I have an opinion, but I want to hear theirs.
Oh, I was going to say to be of service for them.
Okay.
I think they were our best customers, and to give them the information that they need and what they're curious about.
Okay. To serve, to inform. Rochelle is saying in the chat, lead by example. What else?
To encourage.
Listen. To encourage. Okay.
To listen, meet them where they are at, and help them get to where they want to be, not where you want them to be.
I think that's a bingo. We can't encourage if we don't know what they want to be encouraged for. We can't inform if we don't know what they want to be informed about, right? So where are they? What do they want? And service them where they are. And it will never stay the same. If you think she bought a kit 15 years ago for wholesale privileges, it's not the same today if you haven't asked. And the reality of today's world is a season is equivalent to almost a year of time in the old days. That's how fast the speed of life is at and how quickly lives change. So checking in 4 times a year, those visits, those phone calls that Mentori talked about, and serving them, as Dia just said, where they're at. Nothing else matters, right? Until we know them and their needs. So love that. Jack, you were going to add something. Did we nail it with a little bit of what Dia said?
I mean, you guys know that I feel like leaders go first, and leaders set the example, and leaders create the culture that you want. So, I mean, we talked about it already today in the last hour, that as a leader, when you're influencing things and behaviors on your team, you're going first and you're creating the culture that you want to work in. And that goes for when you are sponsoring folks too. You sponsor the kind of people that you want to work with. You don't have to take every Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street, right? You can create the culture and the folks that you want to work with and you want to build a family with through the building of your team. And isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That you can do that? Yeah, I love it. I think it's so important and so vital that the leader goes first and shows the team the expectation. Because if you, as a leader, are selling X amount and recruiting X amount a month, that's exactly what your team is going to think is normal.
If you don't and you promote someone, they won't know, right?
They don't know.
So, love that. Love that. So think about in this reset, there's all sorts of right answers. You're all saying the right things that a leader does. But at the core of it, who is your team? Who are you? Who are we? So when you think about the role of all the team you currently have, okay, is it time to revisit that and rethink, who am I? What are we? That culture. You could take all of the leaders who shared today and hear a bit of who they are and how they see their team and how their team sees them. You do get what you expect, to the word that Jackie just hit on. Is it time to hit a reset and redesign your vision, your mission, and your purpose of your team? If not, we always stay the same and nothing changes. Does that make sense? That's sort of a, oh my gosh, but the times have changed, but I haven't. You lead the pack, right? So we wanted to bring that reset. It's a new season, it's a new year, it's really a new post-pandemic era of time. And so, one, resetting you. And what is your role? Only you know what that role is. But you have this team. If you took a job and you didn't get to know that manager, and the manager didn't get to know you, you wouldn't stay. Is it true? It's true, right? So Jackie and I are kind of bossless. I mean, we're pretty good together, but we don't really, Josh is gone. So we're like, okay. So, right. It's like, okay, where do we all fit? But you know what? Again, it's bringing that team together and thinking about, who are we? What do we represent? When, how often, so that it's very clear. If they went to work in the morning and said, oh my gosh, you should join our team, let me tell you about our leader, what would they say? Let me tell you about our team, what would they say? And that is what matters, because they will invite from their heart when they feel it all, when they see it all and they experience it. And the focus is, what do they want at the core? How do I serve you this season? And I'll be back in touch next season to see if there's more reasons for me to support you in any way, shape, or form. So summer is around the corner. It's coming soon. So guess what? This is the season to take a new reason to revisit them. I love the word visit, as Mentori said. So now let's take us back to, and I want you to think about this in 3 parts. My role as a leader with the team I have, my role as a leader with new consultants, and my role as a leader with my leaders. There's sort of a multitude of hats, and we have to serve them sometimes a tad different. But it really is being clearly defined on what you do, so they grow to expect it, love it, and participate, as Mentori even talked about. So let's take us to, if you have more chats, put them in the chat, okay? If you have more thoughts, keep it going, because this is truly the core of your heart with your team. And people will be excited to invite more to the team. Leaders who work from their heart create a masterpiece wherever they go. And that's knowing who you are, where you're going, and who's on your team, and valuing them in all the multitudes of ways your brilliant hot seat leaders taught you today. So now let's take you to that core root. This is really what Dia was starting to talk about and sharing. How important is it to know what they want? It's the it. When we know their goals and what it's for, we can help them, even if it isn't a big financial goal. It's about what it's for, not what the dollar amount is. So how often are you asking every one of your consultants, if we could find a way that this fits in the cracks and crevices of your day? Maybe you don't know all the tools we have, and you had extra income, what would you use it for? We did this last night live in Minnesota. We had them write their blank check. We've been doing this, Jackie and I've been on the road. Everywhere we go, we're carrying blank checks, and you're filling in your own check because you're the boss. And they don't know how to treat it like a job, and that they can pay themselves like a job unless you bring that to the forefront. And again, checking in, because suddenly you don't know they just lost their job. As Sharon shared earlier, she lost her job on Friday. And it's like asking me more about the job than the product. So don't assume anything. It's that if we could find a way and we could show you how to keep it simple and kind of easy, as Mona said, what would happen? What would you use the income for? Then you break it down. If we don't pause and say, let's break that into 4 weeks. Now you only need 250 a week if you have a goal of 1,000, so you could make 500. Now, what activities work best for you? I love all of our sharers. They're really designing business their way, and I love that. So helping them plan out their calendar, it doesn't take much time. It just takes plans with action. You leading by the same uno, dos, tres, and them following the same. Having that weekly coaching, weekly gathering, because it is a weekly and a daily action business. So Jackie and I just wanted to quick review what we've been focused on. We've been doing the write your own check. And this month we saw an economic change. So we wanted to just bring you a review, and we're going to do this very quickly. The review of what Jackie and I have been training on from celebration to Marketing Monday is we saw economically this year that people need more than they have in the past. And they're losing jobs, all the economics. I'm not here to do that. But we saw it shift from a couple $100 that used to be what a gig was to 500 is what a gig needs today with the rising costs, to now we're even seeing people add zeros and commas. We did this last night in Minnesota. We had a good portion of the room having a comma in the check that they need each month. And so we have been focused on the power of 5. So we're going to review that very quickly. You've got all the slides, you've had all the meetings. We're sticking with it. It's our summer sizzle sensation plan for the summer because this can make a big change in families' lives. When we look at the power of 5 and we talk about the 5 Hive, adding 5 team members every month to your team, all of a sudden it gets crazy. So we're going to do a quick click. Okay. We're not here to train, but we have talked about 5 parties a month, 1 every single week, and then a bonus party. And we've got the expert Janice out there with text parties. You can do a WhatsApp party, maybe a reorder party by phone or email or messenger, whatever you like, a Facebook event. But what if there was 1 party a week? This is the new solution to how you could make $1,000 in less than 5 hours a week. So giving them words each month, giving them theme parties, showing them the hostess program like we did last night. And Mona went, ooh, we got to really work on this hostess program. Creating the host bundle of the month and really making that a part of your kickoff training and how to talk about parties and use that program. So we've really talked about if you hosted even a different department party every week of your own, online, in a text, I don't care where, how, or what, and then 1 bonus extra, our average party is $500 each. But if 1 were to cancel, there's 2,000, she's making 1,000, okay? If you shoot for 1,000, as Gina said, go for it all, and you'll never know unless you try. Go for the 1,000, settle for 500, right? So the power of 5 can come through parties. The power of 5 is what we've been doing for the last 3 months, which is giving a weekly offer, helping them choose their 4 favorite offers, helping them choose 4 favorite add-ons, and then you can create potential earnings. Another way to show them how to have a $1,000 income. And yes, they could do both. You're still less than 5 hours a week if you did 5 offers and upsells plus 5 parties or events. And you could turn a tabletop into a party. You get what you want out of everything you do seeing people. So we've been sharing now, not just 1,000, what about 2,000? And you're still 5 hours a week. Next, we also talked about this month how if your number 1 priority, Gina's priority is literally the quarterly bonus. Some of you just had the focus of the trip contenders. Some are focused on 5 branches like Mona. Here's this key. If this becomes your number 1 focus for you and your consultants, you don't know that they can't have 5 sponsors at a party just like Mona did. They can literally do this in 1 to 2 parties. But if we don't make a list and invite them, the assumption is no. So why not have everything on the table? And there's still time. It's not too late. There's 13 days. If all you plus whoever wants this is working for the next 5 days and you have one a day like your vitamins, guess what? You can do it. And on the 23rd, you each have 5 new team members. Ask Mona, it's happened to her that simply. So what we showed was a third way to have the power of 5. 5 offers and add-ons, 5 parties, but why not 5 recruits, you plus who? And when you add that together and someone is a new consultant, I would sponsor 5 fast because one of those 5 might want the 200 with you. And you led by example, and now they believe it can be done. And so do you, by the way. You got to do it to believe it. So she could qualify with 10 and earn a $150 or she could qualify with 5 or 10 on her team if she even sponsored 5 and someone else qualified, and there could be a $150 bonus. A consultant can do this with 10 to get that, her plus someone else earning the card. Then there's, or the cash, excuse me. There's the $200 bonus. If you were doing this and someone else promoted, you would have a $200 bonus. We've seen Mona earn 200 and 200 2 months in a row. So all 3 bonuses combined with a you plus who attitude could lead to 550 in bonuses. But there's more. It could be yours or her first time going to DM1. There's another 200. With 10 consultants and her all at 400, the commission goes to over $240. We just did net zero at 400, and you add all that together, you've got another 992 minimum with bonuses and commissions, with you plus who focusing. This is doable and teachable even to a new consultant. They don't know anything but what you believe, what you focus on, and what you're doing right alongside them. So it's not too late to go on a 5-day boot camp. We just showed you 3 different ways to make 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. When we've done this live at all of our meetings, it's like, but wait, did you write your check big enough? Are we really showing income? If there is one thing every chat GPT is telling Jackie and I, and you looked at the 4 age groups we've been training on all year, what do they want? What do you talk about to all 4 generations? It's income, but a different way. They want to know the benefits of the comp plan. They love bonuses. They love long-term retirement. They love our legacy program, life insurance, commissions that bring security down the road. And they just want to know how to get in and earn that income. So we wanted to do a quick review. We know people join for many reasons. These are the new training words we're using in our Discover session, our new consultant orientation. So we wanted to bring this to you. There's product experts who want to just share the love of their product. There's beauty experts. We're seeing these all over social media, from all the makeup artists to they just are sharing whether or not they have a product. They just love to show how to use product, right? And so you also have those business builders. They have a vision, they have an objective, they love to share products, they love to grow businesses, they want to take action, they need income, they need that blank check. So whether they're a product expert, a beauty expert, or a business builder, people are joining for reasons. And now is the season to say, who are you? Do you want to just love the products, maybe share them with your website, family and friends because you love these products and you're allowing them to have a great place to get them? Like you heard Sharon booking her facials. I was looking and I found it. Come experience this. It's so good. Next is the beauty expert. They really are out there. They want that gig. They want to show and sell. And then you've got the builders. They need income. They want to help others. They have a purpose. So we wanted to give you the words of the product, the beauty expert, and the business builders. So when you take a look at that, we're just curious because these are the demands. What do you do with what we just said and what we have? What next? What is this trigger in your thoughts as a leader?
Can I go first?
Please, thank you.
So one of the things you said early on, which is something I've been entertaining lately, you know how we always say, what's your target market? And for years, I always say everyone, and you really can't do that to do it well. So probably in the last few months, I realize that I can choose my target market, but it doesn't mean I'm excluding everyone else because they will pop in your life anyway. So I've been comfortable with that. My target market for products is it's always been the older generation, but my target market for sponsoring is the younger generation, which is a challenge for me to figure out how to do that because I'm old. But I'm getting better at it by doing the ads and all that. And so I think that's the same. It could be the same with products. I don't have to, confuse myself. So I think that's really important. And how we talk about, I've got some people that don't have money, don't have a social security number. All these obstacles are in their way. And so now they're avoiding me for reasons I understand they're whatever. But if I can use the right words through maybe an audio message, because maybe they're not reading my messages or emails or answering their phone, maybe they'll listen to that and use the words you just gave on the chart. Because I know one girl, I mean, that's why she wanted to join. She loves TikTok and she started, putting my ClearSmart on her face on TikTok and all this. And she was all excited and, life happened. So I'm going to revisit those people. I'm going to try to have one-to-one meetings with them, like take them out for coffee or breakfast or something really short and sweet and just have a heart-to-heart with them. Because like you said, you speak from your heart. If you're a leader, you speak from your heart and everything will fall into place. And that's what I do when I go to any event or a networking thing or whatever, and I get nervous on the way. I start thinking, oh, what am I going to say? I introduce myself. I'm going to say this or that. I just say, stop, Dio, speak from your heart and everything will fall into place. And it always does. So I just, I'm on the same wavelength as you, which is a nice feeling.
We love that. We love that. And we do have a 4-square grid of the 4 different age groups. And they do the words that when Jackie and I have made this, and we'll repost it again. We gave it out as a handout at the last meetings, and Mona and Sharon probably have it in their hands. But it really truly is, what do these 4 different age groups, what is appealing to them in direct sales today? What are the words they want to hear? What do they most want to know? And then how do you work with them? And so we'll repost that. To your point, what is your target market this summer? Where will you meet the people that will help you grow your team? A leader really is paid to grow consultants and leaders. That's what commissions for a leader is. Otherwise, you got 50% for selling. A leader's role is not selling more and becoming the master. It's actually training her team to sell, but adding new consultants and leaders. That's what commissions and bonuses are paid on as a leader. So how do we really plan to do and earn what leaders are paid to do? Those commissions grow with people. So I love that comment about what's next. So excellent. Jack, anything else you want to add to that, or anybody else?
No, I feel like it's all very complete and very simple. Like when you boil it down, it's very simple. And it's just a matter of taking your butt and doing it.
Yeah.
That's
Any
good.
other comments? I'm going to move on, but any other comments? Go ahead, Gina.
Just wanted to say, because I do meet a lot of people and I never tell them my age because I'm really old. But I kind of looked at your grid about the generations, how that's going to help me. But the thing is, I try to not be my age. I try to be in their step and to see, what they like and kind of almost like their age. I'm not going to be immature or anything like that, but, just have that little bit. If I meet a younger person, I'm going to be a little more upbeat, a little more younger. Meet somebody in my retirement age. Oh, yeah, I just say the same thing. I just go, hey, I'm using this, look. I'm 70, I don't have any wrinkles, okay? So basically I do kind of that
Matching energy.
customize
Matching
and
energy.
energy wise. Yes, you're right. Yes. So
It
that's
is-
all I wanted to say.
No, it's true. At the same time, I'm going to tell you the number one reason they will join Jafra Cosmetics and they will join you. Number one is we are 68 years old. Good luck finding companies that old anymore. And we have stayed true north. We didn't buy a vitamin company. We didn't change names over time. We are Jafra, Jan, and Frank. And so that is huge. Your personal story is so critical. They also want mentoring and training from someone who's been in the business. We said this last night at our Minnesota meeting. You don't find companies with employees anymore who talk to people. From CRT, it's always a chat bot, right? You don't find coaches hardly in any companies anymore who are really out there in the field with real people. So it's very unique to see what Jafra has. And sometimes we forget that they don't care how old you are. They love that you've been here this long, or you've succeeded, or even used a product this long, or loved, even if it's a short time, like Sharon, her story is from her heart. So I love all those pieces. I'm going to do something today. I'm going to share with you a deck, okay? We're never going to do what we plan to do, and that's okay. The hot seat is what was hot, and it mattered. But I'm going to share with you a deck, and we're going to keep pondering on all of these thoughts. So go through it, share in WhatsApp. Also, as we continue to have some time on our next leader meeting, we'll bring this to you. But we wanted to just bring to you today, and I'm going to quick click through this just like we did your summer training guide. If you need hot, sizzling summer topics, remember we already gave you a summer training guide that could guide you all summer long on what types of things to train your team on, as well as what you heard today. So that key is this: set your mindset. I'll borrow Cecilia's brilliance. Is how can I help everyone rediscover their why? How can I help my new consultants discover their why? Are they filling out a blank check? Do I show them how to stay active? Do I invite them to start as a product or beauty expert or a business builder? When you classify it, it's a little easier. It's kind of like the old days. Do you want a basic, essential, or royal set? How can I best serve you today with the products you need? And I challenge you all to reconnect with all of them. I love Mentoria. If I haven't heard from you, you're going to get a visit from me. It is a time to reconnect and revisit and update every consultant. So we made you like a revisit board, because when there's a new season, there's a new reason to connect. So updating them on, again, Facebook. Are they on the regional Facebook? Are they on the Beauty Insiders? And are they on yours? Great. What's their handle on Instagram? What about WhatsApp? Can you start a new WhatsApp team? WhatsApp is the fastest way, just like Messenger. What is your best ways? Asking them to serve and communicate them this season. You have to update records, because we're all updating how we communicate. Then again, making sure they have an email with Jafra, making sure they know where their website is. This is super important. Maybe you just do a weekly meetup with everybody for 30 minutes, and it's a little weekly tour for all consultants. Instead of helping one by one, which takes a lot of time, can you just do Meetup Monday for 30 minutes and just give them the tutorials and help them with their shopping, how to find the deals, how to sign people up on their website for email offers, right? So it's also making sure they understand, how do they get the weekly deals for the best deals, as we were talking about, making sure they get the best deals. How do we then make sure that they are active? Do they know they'll get a monthly brochure? They get weekly emails and text deals if they order once every 4 months. For gosh sakes, they could do a $10 order 3 times a year and they're active. But are we really pausing and talking to them about that? And maybe you do a shopping service call with them. Like, I love Mentori's mentality. Reach me before you place your order, because we're not leaving anything on the table. Do they know where to go find the calendar? You shouldn't be answering questions, nor should we. When is this? What day is that? It's in the calendar. It's on Jafra Biz. It's under events. But showing them to go do it, so they always have their calendar, and teaching them where the guides are. And our YouTube station, make sure they're in the subscription, because they will get updates every time we upload a new video. and updating your records on their birthdays, their kids' names. Where are they right now? A product, a beauty expert, or a business builder? Are they interested? If they could find a way, what would they do with more income or more money? If we could figure this out with Jafra and it became a gig, what would they spend it on? What's it for? How could they have more? And are they open to a referral program that you have for consultants? So it's time to update and reconnect. I love the visit idea and giving them the mindset. Do you know every single tool? Do you have a master copy you took up to the UPS store and printed so you have a binder? Do you have them on your desktop? Do you use them in every single new consultant orientation? This is key because you shouldn't have to make up anything. There's nothing you need, it's all here. And do you do a consult on every single consultant, color and skin? Imagine the fun of that Meetup Monday, and it's all the things we're playing with today right there. That's a summary book, okay? So in the chat, you can type aha moments, but we're gonna keep coming back to summer systems that rock the holidays, because you know what's around the corner, 68-year anniversary and holiday. So the more we get everything ready this season and get more playing, earning, and learning, imagine what's gonna happen. I'm going to quick click. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to show you the slides of our new Jafra Discovery session. This is what we used to call the Jafra Opportunity and You, a Joy session. I have taken we've done 2 of them. Jackie P did one last month and I did one this month. We did it 2 Mondays ago. What I'm going to do is I built this into a slide deck that you can use, okay? And I'll separate them out later today. But this is a new Discover session. How often are you hosting a Joy session, a come take a look, a Discover session? If you have one on the books, every week someone has a place to go and bring guests. So think about that, whether it's in person or online. So here's the deck of the slides, okay?
I love that one. Such a good one. And they're so pretty, you guys. Why wouldn't you use them? Like, I love it.
I'll fix some of them. Trust me, they were all movies. It took me all morning to get these to not be movies. So I'll fix them all before I send them to you. But look at these beautiful graphics. You could put them into a handout and do a flip chart if you like that. You could turn it into a video and do a voiceover like Jackie did with recognition. You could do this in person. You could do this on Zoom. Talks about everything.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful.
Okay. And this is based on our studies. We go to all companies' opportunity sessions. I don't know if you know that. We're out there. And this is our Jafra version of your competition today and what people most need to know. If I saw that a slide didn't make sense for you all, I did edit these for you. And just keeping it more simple. So it might be a little different than what you're seeing on Jafra JBI or when we put it in Jafra Biz, but I really got personal for you. Sorry, they're big, so they're freezing me for a hot minute. Sorry, it went fast. Choose your kit, choose your pack, and then it takes you to the only step we want to focus on is their contact list. Sorry, there's something in their movies. They're so huge, I could never send you the file. So forgive me, I will try to perfect them. They're just really huge. So that's why my computer shuts down. But I'm going to make them editable for you. And that's the ending. So that is your Discover session. So in this new season, how many of you like the deck and can use this more often with your team?
Oh my God, this is so fabulous.
Okay. So we're going to make it user-friendly for you and work with your teams. I'm going to tell you, if you're all by yourself and you don't have a downline, maybe some of you don't have an upline, you know what? You got this family right here of 200 leaders in WhatsApp. You have this family right here today. Partner up. Don't bank on Jafra to do a once a month discover session that hardly anybody, we've not had any guests, you guys. But you know who they rely on? You. They don't like a company meeting. They like a Mona meeting, a Sarah meeting, a Dia meeting. They know and like you. They're not going to corporate opportunity sessions like they used to. So I hope this helps. That's deck one. I'm going to boogie through deck two. Okay. And I will separate. This is just a quick view. This is now our new consultant orientation. Jackie did one
Oh, I
last
love
month.
this one. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love this one. Jackie did one last month. I just did one on Monday. They are on JBI. We will give you the recordings very soon in Jafra Biz. So if you want the live ones, you can. You watch it together and then you meet after, whatever is best for you. But if you have an opportunity session every week, you're going to need new consultant orientation every week. So if you build it, they will come. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to click. There's some of your words again. We just added a couple of notes, kind of like the shopping approach. Replace everything in your home with Jafra and all giftables and imagine how much you save. We took their visuals and put them into a handout for you, kind of like a, how do we, it's not about buy a kit, they're already in. Now you're teaching them how to use the business kit. Okay. Same thing, how to use the pack. If they want to sell it, they could earn up to $600 and then buy all the products they want. So we're teaching money. Money is their solution today. This is fabulous. How to sell from every department. We added to this how to do a contact list with smiley faces for clients, dollar signs for potential insiders, hearts for hosts, and we even did the closings, if not now, if not you, and if you. So we added a little more for you. There is a video that was fantastic in this training that Jackie and I really liked about the free website. We will see if we can find that. If not, I pulled that out separately. I'm not sure I can load it. It's pretty big, but it is a great video. You don't need it, but it is great. So we're going to try to get that for you too. And there it is. There's the answer. Imagine your new consultant orientation. This is key. You could have blank calendars right there, teaching them how to use their time and what to do. Block out their job or yob. And at the end, you invite them to decide who they want to be for the next season in their first 4 months. Blank check would be great. And that, our friends, is your new consultant orientation. How many of you like the deck? Awesome. How do you see yourself using these two tools differently to advance your teams? Is this helpful? Okay. I'm making them a little bit more your flavors, so bear with me while I work on these today to wrap it up. I'm going to take you back to 2 more tools. We won't be able to brainstorm today, but I'm going to share with you another series. So the next thing is, how do we then imagine you could have a discovery session? You then do the 24-hour checklist when they say yes, right? A 24-hour checklist means you only have 24 to 48 hours before they expire. Okay. So this is your key tool. Along the way, they go to orientation the next week. Then maybe along the way, you're going to do, 4 series, a discover, orientation, and 2 more weeks, because watch these tools that you have. So there's so much here. It's incredible. You should not have to make any orientation, checklist, nothing. It's here. So quickly to take you there. This is the 24-hour checklist. Okay. If you literally do this with every single person, they have to go to orientation, no matter if they're a product or beauty expert or a business builder. They just get through orientation and they can help others if they don't want to help themselves to more. It shows you every single step. I don't need to read it. Some of you might be using it. I'm not sure. You can raise your hands. But these are 10 simple tasks in their first 24 hours to get them up and going. If you don't get to a fast onboarding, this is quick onboarding, very quick. Okay. Then they go to orientation, just like a volunteer or a job. Okay. But you have to do this very quickly. And if your consultants know your system, they'll say it when they're sponsoring too. Great, this is so cool. I'm going to have you, let's make a video so you can meet my leader, and we do this in 48 hours. I know she does it on Tuesday, Thursdays, whatever. So you finish that brochure. Imagine this brochure after that orientation. I don't know if you want to do a long one, but I would maybe do orientation and think about this, and you're going to come up with a system. I don't have it. But this new consultant guide, fantastic. You read it together, you do it in a small group, or you partner up with all your leaders and you're doing it together each week. So in here, it takes them through everything. So we added the brochures or tools that are out today that would bring this to life, like it's a pairing. It's that brochure paired with other tools so that they see everything at the next session. I don't know that you can do orientation, 24-hour checklist, and this at one time. It's too much. Keep everything short and sweet and keep training. So again, here's this part of the brochure. You pair it with the Activate. This part of the brochure, they all do a consultation. Okay. You can go to this part of the brochure. They take the full catalog and they're in there and they're circling all products for them, their family, and giftables. It's that shopping list idea that you all used to do or still do right there while you're doing it. Then you're creating that party kickoff from the 24-hour checklist. You're doing that contact list, giving them a script, maybe making a video with them, inviting people to that kickoff party. Then you've got the party prep, right? They're going to throw their party, setting goals to have bookings and sales and sponsors and maybe a branch if your name is Mona Anderson. You then review the hostess program right there. And you again can take them through how to order. You could break this into 2 parts, not a joke. Maybe you do part 2 after the party. We don't have your system, but you can create it. And then you show them, not tell them, walk them through that first order with the cheap promotions, blah, 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 blah. Again, you then review, how do they plan to earn the pack, get the pack, and how do they want to use the pack? Sell it, demo, or just use it for usage? Then how are they going to earn this? How are they going to earn that? You can also review that free shipping. Then it takes them to all the tools. One more time, you take them through the tools, you show them where the meeting calendar is, right? You talk about hashtag Sunday savings. You show them how to sign people up on their website for weekly steals and deals. You maybe even go in there and show them where the samples are, all the business tools, come up with ideas, how that could help them get to 400 to 1,000 or whatever they wrote in their blank check. Show them where things are. At the end, you talk about connecting. Here's all those answers: Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube. You do everything with them right there. They're all set to go from yours, the corporate, and ours. And we've got everything done. The last page of that brochure tells them to invite people. This is a time you review what does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bring them, and you can show them snippets of each of these guides. You could come back the next week and do a tour through these if you wanted to. But it's, again, taking them through the entire new consultant guide. There's so much there. Help them plan their calendar, help them set their goals, make their income as what do they want, what is it for, make that weekly plan, plug into that calendar, and away we go. So we hope breaking this down, the 2 decks that you can utilize, and they can join the live one as well as the 2 brochures that guarantee, whether they're new or renewing themselves this season, deliver what you need. How many of you had some aha moments on the 2 brochures? When you walk through together, it's a whole lot more fun, right? Mona said something magically delicious last night. She said, you know, I've seen all of this on Zoom. I've been to all these trainings. She never misses one. But we did a 2-hour training in 30 minutes last night, and it was like light bulb moments, right, Mona? So if you can sit in a Zoom room and workshop it together, one piece at a time, not too much, not a recording, live interaction, think of that difference. If you can do it in a room, do it. If you can't, it's okay. But bringing people together who are at the same place, restarting or launching their business is key. And even have your new managers, future managers doing the training with you, because it's really right in the brochures. There's nothing that isn't written and usable for everybody to be a part of and involved with. So I am done with my deck. Jackie, are there any comments first or anything I
Yeah.
need?
There's comments in the chat that like everybody's loving it. I love the ideas of how to use the system in an unorthodox way, like using it virtually with someone who has obstacles to join but wants to get started to train. I think that's cool. Like when you think outside of the box, you guys can't lose. It's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Any comments before we step away? We know we love your feedback for a couple of short minutes. Anybody have any comments on this toolkit today?
I have one.
Yeah, Janice.
I'm sorry, I'm doing all kinds of kid stuff.
No worries, honey.
Good.
You don't need to change one thing. I do say this because it was encouraged in training and I just reiterate it. It would be so good for us to build it however we want to, PowerPoint, Zoom, whatever, but to network with other leaders. In other words, to go to maybe 3 leaders get together, we do it together, we get our words together. We are not Jackie Geisinger. We're not Jackie Pepe, but we
Right.
can try to be.
They don't want to hear us. I love what you said, Janice. That makes my heart happy. And I can only go back in time. Mona, do you remember? It was you, myself, Carrie Lee Carroll, and Pam. And we used to do weekly meetings, but we rotated locations, right? And we just came together and did things together to keep the whole state of Minnesota exploding, and it did. And you're right. I don't care if it's Zoom or in a room. You don't have to be district connected. It's really everybody. They learn different personalities and they're relating to different people. And it isn't corporate people talking. It's you. It's your stories. That's why we said, we're giving you the deck. Create new systems where your consultants can that easy button Mona kept saying, they just plug people in. They're involved in part of it. They're again, seeing this leader who has a system of business to just keep growing. Like, oh, it's 5 for 200. Great. I'm just bringing people every week. That makes it simple. Convincing and overselling and overtraining. No, plug them in and you've got the tools. It's just your spirit that they love. They love you leading. They love your brand. I love that, Janice. Thank you. Anyone else with another comment? We've got 1 minute. and how you can use this, what this is stimulating for you, or what you liked.
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, with newer people, people that haven't done this with sort of yet, is meet with them individually, virtually, or in person. And just to get them started, whether it's the first thing of the Discover Jaffa or it's the first part of the orientation, and then invite them to join a group to do the rest of it. Because I think, well, some people, maybe not everybody, but some people like that one-on-one experience. They feel more valued. They feel that you're listening more. And when they're part of a group for the first time, I think some people start questioning, they start comparing themselves with that one over in the window there and whatever. So I that's how I want to approach it, the one-on-one. So to
And
start.
what I love, do you.
Mhm.
There is no right and wrong. And I love all the different versions. That's what today was about. I have got to go. I've got to get to an appointment, but I want to say thank you. I will work on the decks to separate them out for you and to have them a little bit easy for manipulation and usage. But thank you so much for today. Thank you to our hot seat influences. You ladies rock. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.